Getting divorce advice from family and friends is a mistake. We all do it. We find out our spouse wants a divorce, or we decide we want a divorce. The first thing we do is we go to family and friends and we talk about it with them. I know I did. That's just our normal go-to. But here's where there's a mistake. Your family and friends are not experts. Your divorce is not a one-off. It's not a dress rehearsal. And the steps you take are crucial. And you need to take the right steps. So your family and friends, they mean well, they love you, they care about you. They're going to give you advice out of emotion, not out of reality. And if they're not in the divorce space, meaning that they deal with divorce every day, they really don't know what they're talking about. Many of us take advice from our friends who've been in long-term marriages. I know I did. Everybody I talked to had never been divorced. How could they even possibly help me? And then there's those people that I knew that had been divorced, but their divorce maybe took place 10 years prior and things had changed. Or they were divorced in another city or another state, meaning their jurisdiction was different than mine. The judges were different. They had different circumstances. Even if our divorces looked the same, meaning, this is a terrible divorce, or this is high conflict, or this is contentious, or this is toxic, it still doesn't mean the divorce is the same. Your friend is not your divorce coach or strategist or attorney or therapist. They're your friend or family member to listen to you, to support you. And it's that support that gets in the way of helping you make the right decision. You need somebody who will tell you, listen, this is the way it is. This is what the judges want. Don't say this in a courtroom. So let me tell you a story. I had a client who came to me, well, they became my client, and they listened to a friend. And a friend told them, when you go to court, just tell the judge you're divorcing a narcissist and that you have PTSD. Sounds reasonable, doesn't it? Been hurt, you have PTSD. But here's what happened. She went into the courtroom pro se. Husband walked in with an attorney. And then she said the horrible words that nobody should say, and that is, my husband is a narcissist. Immediately the judge said, And where did this diagnosis come from? Do you have a degree in psychology? Are you a clinician? Are you certified to diagnose? Ouch, the answer was no. So the second piece of it was, she claimed she had PTSD. And the judge said, where did you get this diagnosis? Has a therapist deemed you as that you have PTSD? No. Has your doctor given you a diagnosis of PTSD? No. So where did this come from? Well, it came from her friend. Her friend who's never been divorced, who gave her this advice to just go into a courtroom, tell a judge the truth, that you have PTSD, and on top of this all, you're divorcing a narcissist. And it came back to bite her in the you-know-what, and this all went south. Now, what she was able to do is get a continuation. She got herself an attorney and turned this case around. But the truth is, she could have saved herself money, time, aggravation, embarrassment if she had the right team and didn't make decisions based on what her friend told her. Her friend meant well, but her friend is not an attorney. Her friend is not a divorce specialist. Her friend doesn't know the laws. Her friend doesn't know the judge, doesn't know anything other than she loved her friend and she wanted to support her. The other thing too, and this is a big piece, that is, people just like to say everything and anything, okay? Doesn't mean that they really want to give advice. So think about when you go to a funeral. What do you hear people say all the time? If you ever need anything, just call me. Is that accurate? Do they really mean it? Do they mean that, like, if in 2 or 3 nights you can't sleep and you're crying and it's 2 a.m. to just call them? I don't know. People want to say something. Silence is very difficult for some people. A good friend will listen and give you the, I hear you, I support you, I agree with you. but no legal advice. And you definitely don't want to listen to this phrase, well, you know what I would do. No, that doesn't work in this case. The outcome of your case is as good as the following: the team that you have, the team that you have, and the team that you have. Okay, so what do I mean by that? Well, you need a good strategist. You definitely need a good attorney, and hopefully a good therapist to help you get through this. Now, there's other people that may join in along the way, but those are really the three main ones. And why do I say that? The strategist or coach, or maybe they're both, is the person that will tell you everything about what you're going to go through, how to behave, how to act, things to say, not to say, so that you're solid and you're feeling pretty good about knowing what this journey is going to be like. Your lawyer is the person, or attorney, is the person who litigates this case. Hopefully you don't go to litigation. Hopefully you don't go to trial, is what I mean. This is the person who understands the law and will bring the law into this process. And basically their job is really one thing, just one, and that's to dismantle the legal binding agreement of marriage. In other words, you get a divorce absolute. And then the third person on the team is your therapist, the shoulder to cry on, the person that can help you through your feelings. And that's what you need. Your friends, they're fabulous. However, they're not part of this team. They're part of your support, but they're not part of the professional team. And the reason you need this is so that you go into the courtroom or mediation or hearing measured, confident about what you're asking for, reasonable asks, not I want everything or else, and that you walk out of that settlement, out of the hearing, if you do it in the judge's chambers, wherever you do this, you feel confident with your decision, that you acted with clarity and reason throughout the journey and not emotions. Emotions are great in your therapist office. Your strategist will tell you everything that's going on so you understand it. And your lawyer, well, your lawyer or attorney will do the paperwork. But it's important for you to make sure that you have those right professionals and leave your friends and family where they belong, with your friends and family. And I want to close with one point. When you take the advice from friends and family who really don't know what they're talking about, and I don't mean that in an unkind or disrespectful way, they just don't. If something goes wrong, would you get mad with them? Would they feel guilty if you took well-meaning advice and things didn't pan out the way you want? So that's something to consider. You want to keep your relationship with your friends and family separate from the legal side of your divorce, separate from the settlement and all the other things that come into play. Great for support, but not for advice. Okay, so it's really important. Don't take legal advice. Don't take divorce advice from family or friends. And by the way, if you're starting this journey, just click on the link below. Go into my website. I do have something called the Before It Gets Ugly 7-Day Prep, which is a lot of steps and suggestions what you can do throughout the beginning of this journey and through the journey, but really to get you started. And it's not like you're doing anything wrong. You don't have to get divorced. It's just if you're thinking about it, to understand the steps. You can always jump into a quick discovery with me. Fabulous. Tell me your story. See if there's any way I can help. If not, we have resources for you. And go into my Substack. It's all right there in the link below. And by the way, please subscribe to this channel. It is the subscription to this channel, which is FREE, where you will get more information and a lot of information because I post pretty frequently. All right, so thanks for joining. I really appreciate you being here. I know that this was a really important nugget, as is all the information that I will be bringing your way. All right, thank you, and jump on to the next video.